Good afternoon. We're here to tell you a little bit about what we've been up to at EMBL-EBI recently. So I'm Sarah Morgan, I'm Scientific Training Coordinator at EMBL-EBI and manage the External User Training Programme. And along with me, I've got Zadissa, who's going to talk us through the COVID-19 portal. She's a Senior Scientific Services Officer at EMBL-EBI. Also online with us today, we have Rebecca and Vicky as well. So Rebecca's part of our events team who will be moderating this session, and Vicky from our external relations team as well, who's also here to help answer questions. So what we want to talk you through today, again, is a bit about new things that are happening, but in case there's a few of you who don't quite know who we are, so we are the European Bioinformatics Institute. And essentially we are Europe's home for biological data, so biological data services, as well as research and training. We are also what's known as a trusted data provider for the life sciences, part of EMBL, and also home of the Elixir Technical Hub, which is actually within the building that's on this particular slide. We have a five-fold mission. So one of them is definitely in delivering excellent research. So we have a number of research groups based at EBI. Delivering scientific services, which is, I guess, what many people will know us for, what many people come to us for on a daily basis. Part of the team I'm part of is then around training scientists, so training scientists across a number of levels to actually become much more confident users of the data and their own data. We work a lot in terms of engaging with industry and especially working with drug discovery. And then also as an Elixir node, having a role in coordinating bioinformatics provision across Europe. As I said, we are part of EMBL, which again is something not everybody necessarily knows. And EMBL is split across 6 sites across Europe. As I say, we are the site based in Cambridge, UK at Hingston. The only sort of fully dry site really, all the others have laboratory sites, and we're all focused on various aspects of research. So we are completely focused on bioinformatics. And just so you know, EMBL is made up of 27 member states, 2 associates and 2 prospects. And it's because of these member states that we're able to exist as a European organisation. So that's who we are. As I said, one thing that many people obviously know us for are our bioinformatics services. And we have a whole range of data resources that go across everything from starting with the literature to genes and genomes, chemical biology, right through to molecular cellular structures and molecular systems. And all of these services can be accessed obviously via the EBI website. And actually it's around these resources that a lot of the training happens. So what I'd like to take you through briefly now is some of the things that have been happening in terms of bioinformatics training EBI across the last year, and especially across March, since we've gone into lockdown in the UK and we've had a number of changes to the programme. In terms of what we're trying to do, we have a training programme which we want to enable scientists at all levels, regardless of where they actually are, regardless of their sector, regardless of career stage, to make full use of the biodata that's there. So all of the data that we put out as the EBI and their own data, and also to share their expertise with others. So normally we would run a whole host of different things. We run courses at EBI, we run courses at host sites across the world. We host a number of people to come to EBI for visits and secondments. We also have an online training offering, which I'll talk through in a moment, and we do train the trainer. Well, obviously, given the current situation, our on-site training, our face-to-face training has halted for the moment, but that's not to say that training has stopped. So training is definitely continuing, and the face-to-face program has gone virtual. So since March, we've been running virtual courses still to a global audience, though normally based on a sort of EU time zone, but we've been able to get a global audience involved in what we've been delivering. And we've been delivering these as a whole range, so very similar to the face-to-face material we would normally deliver, using a combination of tutorials, lectures, practical sessions, and obviously the social sessions, which again is something people often look forward to when they join us for EBI courses. We've been doing this via Zoom, so similar to the way we're delivering this now, and Slack, some pre-course homework, live tutor support throughout the course day. And I will say the feedback we've had has been fantastic. So, you know, people are still learning, they're still gaining the experience and the knowledge they need to be able to actually take that forward and carry on with their work. For the moment, the course program is going to be virtual until March next year at least. The course schedule to August next year is available to view on our website, so please do go and take a look. The 2021 applications are opening soon, so courses that are scheduled for next year will be opening for applications very soon. And just to let you know, there are 2 new courses in single-cell RNA-seq, so if that's a particular area of interest to you, please do come and take a look at the new courses we have. The other thing is then we've had some changes with our Train Online site. So Train Online is a platform we've had up for a number of years now, which enables you to dip into training whenever, wherever you actually are. Freely available, a whole set of tutorials and actually recorded webinars that can take anything from as little as 15 minutes right up to 3 hours. I think there are some that can take you a little longer as well if you want to. And really this goes across the whole set of EMBL-EBI data resources, tools, etc., but also a range of conceptual courses and backgrounds to various aspects of bioinformatics. And it's there, as I say, for you to access whenever you want to. The Ensemble Browser webinar series being one example of the kind of thing you will find. But it is in the middle of a makeover, and this seems like a really nice opportunity to tell you a bit more about this new makeover and what it now looks like. So some of you may have come and had a look at Train Online before. If you haven't, please do come and take a look. It's nice to see we've had a huge number of people taking a look at this over the past few months. The one thing I will say, the new platform definitely improves the navigation, so it makes it a lot easier for you to actually work your way through the courses. But also we've got new interactive elements as well. So we've got new activities and things. So as you're going through, it's not just a case of reading the actual text that's there. There's exercises, quizzes, almost little games for you to have a go at so that you can really test that you actually understand what you're learning as you go through. And one thing I will say is please do go and take a look. If you want to give us your feedback, please do, because we want to know that we're actually giving people the kind of experience that they want, so that they're getting what they want from these tutorials. Alongside the Train Online side of things, we also have a free webinar series, and this runs on a fortnightly basis. It's just sort of on its summer break at the moment, but we'll be starting back on the 16th September. So again, please do come and take a look. This first one, I know it says the 8th September, this sits slightly outside our normal fortnightly one, but it's one that we need to bring your attention to. Again, free to sign up for. If you're not able to attend, then they will be recorded, and keep an eye out on Twitter and things like this, because that's where we'll let you know that the recordings are then available for you to watch in your own time. So that's just a quick update on where we are with EBI training at the moment. If there are any questions around training at this point, I'm looking at Rebecca at this point. No? Okay, so I will now hand over to Amanida, who can tell a little more about the COVID-19 data portal. Amanida.
Thank you for that, Sarah. Let me share my screen. Hopefully I can see it myself as well. Right. So it should be in full screen now. So thank you very much for coming to this session. So as Sarah mentioned, I will be giving you a very brief description and summarizing the European COVID-19 data platform and what we have been doing at EMBL-EBI. So when it became quite clear that there was a pandemic and across the whole world, and everybody of course wanted to tackle this huge matter, what we did at EBI was to very quickly put together a concept project, calling it the European COVID-19 data platform, and based on the resources that we already had available in-house, across the whole, all the EBI data resources was a specific pathogen data portal, which was actually the aim of it was to specifically gather resources that are tackling infectious diseases and so on. So what we did was that quickly look across what we have available and put up the COVID-19 data portal, which is part of the platform, and made it available. So the launch of the platform was also announced by the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, on 20th of April. So I will just briefly tell you what the platform is and the aim of it as well. So it is, very simplistically, you have patient data that are made available through national health infrastructures and public labs. And depending on if there are viral sequences or human sequences, they are kind of treated differently. Viral sequences are directed to SARS-CoV-2 Data Hub, which is one of the components of the data platform. Human data, which of course is much more sensitive and needs to be treated securely, are made available through Federated European Genome Archive. And in addition to these two resources, I should also mention that Federated EJ is also a component of the data platform. We also add other resources, basically adding more information to both the viral sequences and the human data, and make all these information available through the COVID-19 data portal, which is basically the third component of the platform, and freely available to the user communities. So all of these activities are happening within the European Open Science, Open Science Cloud and the European Strategy Forum on Research Infrastructure. That's kind of the big blue blob you see in the background. And really the aim of the platform is to allow different data types to be made available, a very quick way of sharing that data, and regardless of the level of completeness of the data as well, because many different research groups and public health labs can actually take advantage of the data, however and they may be, in which state they could be. And also allowing this collaboration and synergy across the different groups as well. So I will very quickly dive into the different components of the platform. So one of them, as I mentioned, was the SARS-CoV-2 data hubs. So these are basically resources that are made for specific, the users are public health labs, academic research groups, and sequencing facilities. And they offer integrated data management, analysis, and data sharing tool as well, in addition to phylogenetic tools which are available. And these can be set up at kind of regional level or for specific these groups that I mentioned. And the second component is the Federated European Genome Archive, or Federated EGA, which is really expanding on the idea that we have been having at EBI for a long time. Is specifically one of our data resources, the European Phenome Genome Archive, which is focusing on treating human and host genome data. And Federated EGA is really just is a system for offering secure access to human data, keeping in mind that human data cannot really leave the national borders. So by creating this federated system, we're allowing the metadata, anonymized, of course, of the host genome data to be accessible across the different nations. And in addition to that, we're also offering the technology to establish the local EGAs and standards, and also kind of a coordination of how this integrated system will work. And at the moment, there are several countries that are initiating, have actually started working on these, including some of the Nordic and countries and Spain as well. And then we have the third component, which is the data portal itself, which is really the front of the platform. And I've just listed the most recent resources and the numbers of the statistics that we have, which I took a couple of days ago. And I would like to highlight the top I would like to highlight the top 4 rows that I have put there, which is the viral sequences, raw viral sequences, which are actually direct result of the data mobilization coming through the data hubs. And then we have controlled access host studies and the genome-wide association studies, which are linked to, which are all host genome data and linked to data coming through the EGA. So now this slide is just really just to give you a sense of where the data platform actually fits in within the larger picture of the activities that are going on. So the way we are looking at the COVID-19 pandemic and the data that is being generated as are kind of 3 different layers. We have the virus sequences, we have the human biology, and then there is the cohorts and the population data that are available as well. And out of there are basically multiple different, and the scientific community at large are participating in either making this the research that are actually looking at these different layers, or actually allowing access to that research in addition to other kind of tools and services. And where the platform and the data portal fits in is actually at the top 2 layers. So when you're looking at the viral sequences, the viral biology, and also the host genomes as well. And it's quite important also to keep in mind that none of these are actually working in silos. So everything here is connected. There is a connection between the actual research happening. There is a lot of research going on at EBI that are actually are being kind of, their results are being made available through the data portal, and also the connections between clinical trial and clinical data as well, that are kind of connected to the public health laboratories. And one of the ways for us to create these connections between these different components is actually through the national coordination network that we have established. So the idea is to be able to contact kind of at the European level with different countries and see how they are progressing through their COVID-19 efforts. And one of the main things that has been pushed and actually has been pursued as well by many countries is to set up their own national COVID-19 data portal. So the idea with the national data portal is to bring in all the national efforts that are going on at national, regional levels, and what we are also participating, and the aim again of the national portal is to offer support when it comes to data management and data brokering. And then of course there is a link to the European COVID-19 data portal. So this is going to
sorry, this is going to have to cut you off because we've got 1 minute remaining.
Thank you. So this is really just showing you where the kind of in the different parts of the portals will look like. And this is just a screenshot of the Swedish data portal. And finally, this slide is really just highlighting the importance of the open science that we have. And there is also a statement on it on the EBI portal as well. And finally, this is just really just showing you how we, if you would like to get involved and get engaged, please do contact us through the website. And if you have got feedback, please get in touch. At the moment, we are looking for volunteers. And if you have got more questions, please join the demo or the one-on-one sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we're just going to do a quick wrap up with a few more poll questions that should now be appearing on your screen. So currently we're asking you what you'd like to know more about. So if you could just vote on that, and then we've got one more question to follow after that. Thank you.
Sorry, was that a question?
Oh, no, not for you, don't worry. And then Sarah, would you like to put up the final slides?
Yes, I will put those up. So just a quick reminder, again, thank you for attending this session today. Just a reminder of other things that we're up to at the conference. So please do come visit us on the virtual exhibition stand, where there will be a data portal demo, more training updates, and the potential for one-to-one meetings with EBI staff. We'll also be at the careers fair, so again, do come along and chat to us and find out why you should come work at EBI, talk to people from the EBI HR team, and have a look through our current vacancies. And finally, do keep in touch with us. So keep up to date with what we're up to. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, we have a YouTube channel, and also LinkedIn. So we're very easy to get in touch with if you've got any questions at any time. But again, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you to Amanida for her presentation, and thank you to Rebecca and Vicky for their help with this session as well. Enjoy the rest of the conference.